Hi, welcome to the library today. We're going to be finding a variety of sources for your research projects. So once you enter into third grade, you will be responsible for researching more in your different classes. And this is a skill that's going to be important up through the rest of your life. So it will be required in school, elementary, middle, high school, college, but also you'll have your own needs for researching. Our objective today is that you will be able to understand how to gather information from a variety of resources, a variety of sources. So what are some valid sources of information when conducting research? Here's a clue. Google is not a source. It is a search engine. When I ask kids, where do you go to research something? Google is often the first answer that's given. But we're going to be looking beyond Google and beyond search engines. We're going to look at some actual websites and different tools to find a variety of different types of media. So why is it important to use a variety of sources for research? First, you will get more information. If you look in different places, you will inevitably find more. You can cross-check the validity of the information. So you can see what one article is saying. Is another article that you read saying something similar to it? Does it have a conflicting opinion? Did it have different research? Has the research changed since the first article was written? You will learn more about your topic and might think of new questions to ask as you are learning. You will synthesize the information you gather and decide what is important to include. And you will have the opportunity to learn in different ways and find the format that best meets your learning style. So how do you learn best? How do you gather that information? Do you like to watch videos? Do you like to simply read an article? Do you want to have that article read aloud to you? Because maybe there's some words that are difficult for you to read. Or maybe you like to have text features such as diagrams and different visuals to help you understand what you're reading. So today we're going to talk about 11 different online tools that can provide you with a variety of sources when you're doing research. So the first one that we're going to look at is World Book Kids. I typed in Arctic. You can just search for whatever it is that you're looking for. You can use a keyword, you can use a phrase, and it will turn up different articles. You can see in my search it gave me 77 different items, and I can do a more advanced search if I'd like to. I'm going to click right here where it says Arctic. It gives me information, and I can select text and have it read aloud to me. It gives me some visuals. If I want to look for more information, it gives me links to other articles. The second tool that we're looking at today is Epic. So Epic is great for reading books, but it's also great for conducting research and using those books as sources. So again, I typed in Arctic, and it gave me more than 10 different books to use. And it gives me a little bit of information about them. It can tell me what the age range is, the level of it. Sometimes just even looking at the cover gives me a little bit more information about, well, is that going to be what I'm looking for? So for example, if I'm doing a project on habitats and I'm interested in food chains, I would know that this one might be helpful. Then I can click on it and use the table of contents, maybe take a look to see if that's something that is going to be helpful to the topic that I'm studying, and continue to read it. The next source is Tumble Books. This is great for reading books. It's also great for reading books for research. Oftentimes I'll want to click on nonfiction. I can browse or I can search. Another great source is Capstone Interactive. This also gives me books that I can read through to find information for my research topic. I can click nonfiction, In third grade, you will be doing a study about American heroes, so biographies might be a good place for you to start on that. I could also type in what particular person I'm looking for. The next resource that we're looking at is BrainPop Junior. I've typed in Harriet Tubman, and it's returned a video about Harriet Tubman. The videos are usually about 5 minutes long, and sometimes they link to other videos. Well, because you're in third grade, you can use BrainPop Junior, but you can also use regular BrainPop. So, although I typed in Harriet Tubman, it didn't give me a video solely about her, but it gave me a video where she appears in. And when you're researching about Harriet Tubman, it's important to understand the Underground Railroad and her role in that. Our next source is National Geographic Kids. So you can see that they have magazines, books, videos, and even pictures. I can type in a search, I can explore different topics, I can browse magazines. So if I'm doing a habitat presentation, I might want to look at the environment. And it gives me an article that I can read. I can print it. It tells me information so that I can cite it as well. Next, we have Pebble Go. This has a variety of different articles that you can use to get information. Again, on that American Heroes project that you do in third grade, you might want to be using biographies.
His American Civil Rights.
So I can
Harriet
explore
Beecher Stowe.
different
Booker
individuals. And here's Harriet Tubman
Tubman.
again. And the great thing about this is it breaks it up into different sections. It gives me read more options, and I love this timeline feature. Next, we have Britannica School Elementary. You can just type in what it is that you're looking for, or you can search through or explore different topics. There's videos, there's articles. Again, we have biographies. So let me try that search for Harriet Tubman. Search by her last name. So you can see there's a whole bunch of different ways. If you're trying to decide who to research, this would be helpful too. So here's an article about Harriet Tubman. We have a short video, some different facts. It tells me the reading level. I can read it at different levels. This would be more appropriate for a middle school reading level. Next, we have Gale in Context for Elementary. I clicked on Fish and Sea Creatures, Dolphins and Porpoises, and so I can keep reading this article. I have access to some quick facts that might lead me into researching a more specific question. It gives me a variety of book articles and magazines as well. Next, we have Explore Primary Schools. So if I click on people, there's a variety of, maybe I want to study about a president. I get related topics. I can also read an article about him. So hopefully those will be useful to you. I know we'll be doing more lessons about research, and we'll look a little bit more in depth at these different sites that will provide you with different sources. So you might be thinking, well, how does this connect to my life? Well, when researching for your own needs, you will want a variety of viewpoints to evaluate. So if your parents, for example, like when your parents are buying a car, they're not just going to read one article to find out about it. They're going to look at all different sources and evaluate the information. So you also are going to be researching all the time, and you probably already have been. Are you planning on getting a new pet? Well, what will it need? What is the best pet for you? How do you need to care for it? All of this can be found by researching. Are you going on vacation? What is there to do there? What is the temperature? What kind of clothes should you pack? How far away is it? What is the food like? What language is spoken there? All questions that you can find through research. Thank you for listening to the information that we've shared with you about using a variety of sources in your research. It's really important to not just rely on one source, but to gather a variety of sources so that you can get a bigger picture and more accurate information of what you're researching about.